This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've been this mad about a game. And this one's either going to be 8 minutes or it's going to be 45. And I apologize. I'll do my best to make it to 8. I'm furious. And I know I shouldn't care that much about one single baseball game. But I'm ticked off. Mariners lose 4-3. Welcome to the Locked On Mariners POSTCAST. We go live after every game. I'm usually joined by my buddy Anders. I'm so jealous of Anders, even though he's going to see a band that I hate. He is lucky and gets to not have to talk about this absolute embarrassing loss. Absolutely embarrassing. For those of you who are new, we go live after every single Seattle Mariner game. Ty and Colby, they do their show. They do a great job with their show. They take care of the big picture stuff. Anders and I break down every single Mariner game. And I want to make that abundantly clear. I'm talking about tonight. Just tonight. That's all we're talking about. I'm not talking about the effort before. I'm not talking about what's coming up. It's tonight. This is the game we're talking about. All right? That's out of the way. This is a pathetic loss. And it's a pathetic loss from your offense. It's a pathetic loss from your bullpen. Due to your bullpen, excuse me. Pathetic loss due to your offense. Pathetic loss due to your manager. All three crapped the bed. Just right in the middle of it, too. There's nothing you can do. You're throwing away the mattress. Absolute freaking garbage. Hot freaking garbage. Let's get a couple of positives out of the way. Okay? George Kirby was good today. George Kirby pitched well. He battled through kind of a tricky first inning. He gives up a couple of solo dolos. It's okay. You give up 2 solo homers and that's it. You're doing pretty good. George Kirby deserved better. George Kirby deserved better than the Seattle Mariner team. Okay? And what's maybe more frustrating about this offense, this game, and we'll talk about the offense, of course, is that it starts out so well. Randy Arozarena doubles. And then Big Dumper draws a walk. And then Julio lines a single up the middle. And then Eugenio Suarez drops a little single into center field. And it's 2-0 Mariners without anybody out. Okay? But then Josh Naylor hits into a double play. And you're not feeling as good. But Jorge Polanco hits that homer. You're up 4-0 in the first inning. And you feel like this is going to go great. Nothing goes right from that point on. Nothing. Not a single thing. Not a single freaking thing goes right. It's great to see Polanco hitting from the right side again. That's a positive. Let's just get all the positives out of the way now. It was great to see Julio driving a run. It was great to see Big Dumper draw 3 walks. Mitch Garver with a couple of singles. Dom Canzone gets on twice and I thought made 2 terrific defensive plays. Terrific. We don't say that very often, but he makes one when you're up 4-0 and he makes that big play running up against the wall. And then he comes in and it was a 4-2 game, I believe, at that time. And he makes that play coming in as well. Showed off some range. Canzone is my unsung hero for the game. No question about it. Somebody just mentioned it in the chat, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry that I won't be interacting with the chat as much in this one as I would like. I love you guys. I just have a lot to get off my chest. You know what? Let's get into the second half and everything that goes wrong and why I'm questioning every day why I would agree to do this. But first, we got to thank our sponsors on the Locked On Mariners postcast. This episode is brought to you by Upside. Are you still paying full price for gas? Well, stop leaving money behind. Get real cash, because every time you fill up with the free Upside app, simply download the Upside app, in the App Store or Google Play Store right now, you can start earning cash at the pump today. Use my promo code SEASON and get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already need. Sounds too good to be true, but real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. You can also cash out at any time to your bank account, your PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now using my limited code promo SEASON for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. And this episode is also brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone. It's built for people with busy lives. If you put organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you too. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB.com, at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Do you know how hard it is to do ad reads when you're that angry? I know I've done this before on a different platform, as you guys know, and I can be a little more silent. I have to talk because this is going out as a podcast, but all I want to do is sit here and shake my head. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Okay. Let's start with the offense. Okay. Because it's pretty easy. After the first inning, you stunk. You absolutely stunk. JP Crawford was abysmal today. Abysmal. And JP Crawford has been abysmal outside of basically 1 month. Maybe half of another. He's been awful. He is a automatic out against left-handers now. He came into today slugging 307 against lefties. 307. That is pitcher adjacent. It's a problem. But at least he's making up with it with world-class defense. All right, let's start with where the trouble starts. It's 4-2. They bring in Matt Brash to pitch. So pretty clearly, Gabe Speier was not available today because when Matt Brash did get into trouble, they were warming up Caleb Ferguson. So obviously, Gabe Speier is not available. I'm not going to get into whether or not Gabe Speier should be available. I'm not going to get into whether or not it is smart to say that your best reliever isn't available after an off day. I think it's pretty obvious. There might be something going on that I don't know about. If somebody can let me know, if somebody asked Dan Wilson, I'd really appreciate it. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Really would. Because I don't get it. Just going to Matt Brash because you're eighth inning guy. I saw someone comment, and I get it, that he has been your eighth inning guy for most of the year. The smart play there is going to a left-hander, especially when you have one as good as Gabe Speier. But if he's not available for reasons that we don't know about, then he's not available. Okay? Okay. Matt Brash gives up the run on one of the most unlucky hits that I've seen this year. But here's why it's not unlucky, folks. Why did the run score? Did the run score because of the hit? Oh, somewhat. Or did it have something to do with you walked 2 people? You can't walk people in that situation. You have to throw more consistent strikes. You can't. If you want to be the best reliever in baseball, which I truly believe Matt Brash can be, you have to throw more freaking strikes. You have to. Self-inflicted damage. You get the first 2 guys out and you don't issue free passes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a little infield single. Heck, the batter doesn't even bat. And you enter the 9th with a 4-2 lead. And you should have entered the 9th with a 5-2 lead. For those who missed it, Randy Arozarena, who doubled twice in this game, hits a ball into the right field gap. It's amazing that he was able to hit the ball that far. It's a pitch off the plate. He lines it into right field. He's hustling his you-know-what off. He gets to second base, and he makes that turn, and he gets to third. Or so we thought. He's ruled out. And it's immediately shown that the third baseman doesn't give Randy Arozarena even a little bit of a place to slide. And that's why he ends up being out, is because even though he beats the throw, he's unable to get his feet in because he's not given a path. And 2 things happen there that make me so freaking mad. So mad. First being, the fact that's not a reviewable play is freaking stupid. It's absolutely stupid. If you can review the home plate, why can't you review third base? Baseball is a dumb sport sometimes. Sports are just dumb. Life is dumb. Why is that not reviewable? Hot garbage. Number 2, don't miss that call. The umpire's like 2 feet away from it. Don't miss that call. And then number 3, and I'm tired of having to talk about this, and I don't know what good it does even saying it. I'm tired of the manager of the Seattle Mariners looking like he doesn't give a crap. At this point, umpires know that Dan Wilson is a pushover. He doesn't care enough, in my personal opinion. I'm quickly correcting myself. I'm not saying Dan Wilson doesn't care. I'm saying that Dan Wilson isn't showing enough emotion. It matters. It matters. You can be too calm for these situations. Look at how I'm yelling about a game on August 29th. The good Lord knows that I would make a terrible baseball manager. I'd make an even worse coach because I would cut players left and right. I'd be like Homer Simpson in that episode, just cutting people back and forth. You do have to have some calmness. You do have to be able to take the bitter with the better. It's something I've struggled with my entire life. You do have to have that ability. But Dan Wilson's got to get ejected there. He has to show he cares about his players there. And if you disagree with that, good for you. Good for you. I never questioned the intensity of Scott's service. He wasn't Lou Piniella. No one was Lou Piniella. No one was Lloyd McClendon. The Mariners had 2 of the most fiery managers of all time. And Dick Williams was pretty up there too, as far as I understand. He's a little before my time. You got to care. That's a huge out. It's a huge out. And I'm tired of umpires playing such an impact in these games. Score more runs than 4 in the first inning, and it doesn't matter. And speaking of that, Andres Munoz. So there's a lot to talk about here. First, he gives up the double to Nolan Jones on a dreadful pitch. And credit to Canzone for making that a close play. Tons of credit there. He gets that ball into Crawford, or Polanco to Crawford. That play ends up being closer than it should. Brian Rocchio tries to give you an out. Andres, next time, just let him give you the out, dog. But instead, there's a little looper into left field, and Randy Arozarena makes an atrocious throw. Is there a bad luck bounce there? Yeah. Why does he have to bounce it there? Is your arm that noodly? Man, these throws are awful. They're awful. Julio's throw to end the game, fine. You had no shot at getting him, but there's lots of reasons they lose this game. There's lots of reasons. But holy crap on a cracker, they're all self-inflicted. I give no credit to the Cleveland Guardians, and they shouldn't give a crap if I give them credit or not. I give no credit to them. The Seattle Mariners lost that game. Andres Munoz has to be better. Matt Brash has to be better. The offense has to be better. The defense has to be better. The manager has to be better. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Again, I apologize for not interacting with more of you guys in this one. Matt Brash gets a ton of blame, guys. He was bad. I don't care about the lucky hit. The lucky hit doesn't matter if you throw freaking strikes. Throw strikes. Had no command. None. George deserved better. You give up 2 solo homers and that's it. And you should win every single time. Really appreciate it. I believe Anders and I will be back tomorrow. That's if my head doesn't explode. I love you all. Go Mariners. Thanks for watching.